Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel Held Dominance. Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe, and also click that notification bell if you're enjoying what you've seen and if you want to see more. Coming up in today's episode, we have the Magic Round as we see reports from the two games that were played on Friday, as well as video footage of trouble in Brisbane's stands, as well as highlights from Saints versus Hull FC's live game on TV. In an idea that was nicked from Super League Europe, we begin with the Magic Round, as round 10 sees all the teams descend on Brisbane for a full round of fixtures. Suncorp Stadium is the venue, and we begin the round with the games between the Canterbury Bulldogs and the Newcastle Knights. The Knights see themselves propping up the NRL ladder at this point, while the Bulldogs are not much better as they're at 15th in the table. Both sides are looking for a bit of magic, so they changed the sides for the game, as the last time these two teams faced each other was in the 2019 Magic Round, where the Knights won 22 points to 12. Canterbury have just 2 players left from the side, while Newcastle have 8, showing the turnover of both clubs in recent years. Jaden Okumbo for Bulldogs is a late inclusion to the team, as he wears the 22 shirt, pushing Brett Naden to the centres and Jake Avarillo to 18th man. The other changes to last week's team is Chris Patalo coming onto the bench for Ava Suimanu Fagai. I'll get that name correct in my lifetime, surely. Raymond Fatela Mariner is at least another week away as he eyes a return from a complicated foot injury. The Knights have no late changes, but a double boost with Mitch Barnett and Adam Clune named to return. Barnett's comeback is 6 weeks in the making after he copped a long ban for raising an elbow in round 3. He replaces Jack Johns, who has an arm injury and who faces some time on the sideline. The Knights' Clune missed last week's match with a knee injury, with his return shifting Phoenix Crossland to the bench. Edric Lee, who had a head knock last time, passed his concussion protocols and will play. Kicking off the Magic weekend, it was the magic boots of Matt Burton who gave the Bulldogs the early advantage. His spiraling bomb forced Kalen Ponga back into his own in-goal area for a goal line dropout. However, the greasy conditions made the ball security tricky for the Bulldogs, as they were coughed up possession a few times. After being let off, the Knights got on the board with a penalty goal right in front when Leo Thompson was lifted above the horizontal. Another penalty had the Knights back on the attack quickly, but the Bulldogs' defence held firm. Again, it was Matt Burton forcing a goal line dropout, but the ball security let them down again as Burton this time knocked on. Gifting an opportunity, the Knights grabbed the first try. Kalen Ponga got the ball to Bradman Best, who stood strong in the tackle and offloaded to Edric Lee, who found his way to the line. In the first set following the points, the Knights were caught offside, which piggybacked the Bulldogs out of trouble. With a renewed opportunity to attack, the Bulldogs wouldn't be denied. Matt Burton's short kick was on show this time, dabbing a grubber into the in-goal area for Josh Adokar to race through and score. Another booming bomb from Matt Burton's and Kalen Ponga under pressure once again, and an error soon followed. This got the Bulldogs into a position to force a penalty out of the Knights, and the Bulldogs opted to take 2 points to level the scores at 6-all. The remainder of the half saw that both sides trade attacking sets, but neither executed well to grab the lead at the break. Into the second half, a kick out on the full from Kyle Flanagan started the second half on a sour note for the Bulldogs. The Knights benefited immediately as they looked to have scored through a charging run from Daniel Safiti. However, the bunker reviewed and found Josh Jackson had obstructed in the lead up. Despite the try overturn, the Knights had it all in their direction, the momentum that is, and quickly got another chance. This time the Bulldogs defence raced up on Helens Ponga, which created a big overlap, and Ponga got the ball to Bradman Best, who scored untouched on the left edge. To make matters worse for the Bulldogs, they lost back rower Corey Waddell to concussion after he was knocked out attempting a low tackle on Mitch Barnett. With Newcastle holding a slim lead, the game turned into an arm wrestle and both sides failed to take the game by the scruff of the neck, and the Bulldogs struggled to make metres and couldn't get inside the Knights 20. The Knights, on the other hand, were going close to scoring on a few occasions, but errors stopped them short. The deadlock was broken though when Pasami Solo dived on an Adam Clue Grubber. However, the bunker once again overturned the Knights and Saulo knocked on when grounding the ball. With fatigue setting in, the Bulldogs and the Knights finally landed the finishing blow to put the game outside a converted try for the Bulldogs. Adam Clune floated across the field and changed direction quickly, which caught the Bulldogs napping. He sliced through a big gap to score a crucial try and extend the lead to 10. The margin proved too big to overcome for the Bulldogs as the final few minutes saw the Knights hold on to record an ugly victory, but a much needed one. The Knights stood tall and are now off the foot of the table with a 16 points to 6 victory against the Bulldogs. While the action was on the pitch, there was even more in the stands, I'm afraid. A huge fight in the stands has marred the opening night of Magic Round as fan trouble continues to plague the NRL. With Suncorp Stadium hosting all 8 games this weekend, fans from all 16 clubs will have descended onto Brisbane's arena as the fixtures are played back to back. Fans of Manly, Brisbane Broncos, Newcastle and Canterbury were in attendance for the opening round, but scenes were far from cordial, as supporters were seen throwing fists at one another in a wild altercation. Shocked onlookers noted that there was no police in the vicinity of the brawl, although News Corp reported that officers intervened in scuffles that lasted around 1 minute. Footage of the incident was swiftly shared on social media, with one user posting, "You know what else is magic? Biff." Posting the incident on social media, Mark Gottlieb on Twitter said, "Another disgraceful act of violence at the Suncorp Stadium. Totally unacceptable. Hope this doesn't sour what has been an amazing Magic Round. But this is happening far too often recently. It needs to stop," and tagged in numerous people to look into it. Another view of the altercation. I'll continue. A different clip from a closer angle shows a male in a white t-shirt being thrown a number of rows down while another supporter punches a defenceless spectator from behind the ugly scenes. A man, it can be heard, asking, "Where is the security?" The ill behaviour of supporters is becoming a consistent theme in the NRL this season. A Broncos fan was knocked unconscious by a Bulldog supporter moments after the minute silence in Anzac Day round after allegedly yelling during the sombre occasion. A number of supporters have also disrupted games by invading the pitch, with one Gold Coast woman dumped by her boyfriend after entering the field of play during the Titans game against Penrith. Just an excuse to show this again. Wallop. Let's continue with the reviews from match day of 10 with the Brisbane Broncos playing the Manly Seagulls, but in a turn of fate, It is the Seagulls who have been issued this game as their home game. Both sides are coming off wins, with the Broncos on going for their fourth straight win, and are looking to knock off another prize scalp in the competition. While Manly were impressive against West Tigers at 4 Pines Park last time out, with the 3 Trebojevic brothers and a dream debut for Ben all playing their part. So, the team news. Manly are 1-17 with no changes. Alamole Olukwatu returns after withdrawing last week due to illness. Ben Trebojevic and Ethan Bulmore maintain their spots in the starting side with Morgan Harper, the 18th man. Andrew Davies, the new man on the bench after overcoming a shoulder injury in place of Kurt DeLewis. Josh Schuster, with a calf injury, was included in the extended squad on Tuesday, but dropped out on Thursday when the squad was cut to 19. The Broncos are 1-17 also, with no changes. Got 24 hours before kickoff. Payne Haas and Kurt Capewell are back in the squad, which means a reshuffle in the engine room with Patrick Carrigan moving to lock, Colby Hetherington to the bench, and TC Rabati dropping out completely. Brenko Lee is their 18th man. So both sides were up for this game before the match began, but it only went one way. And it was all the Broncos as they won 38 points to 0. The man of the match was Selwyn Cobbo as he scored a hat-trick in this game, and also moved to fullback due to Thierry Martin being taken off halfway through the second half. Cobbo's hat-tricks came on the first, 44th and the 48th minute, where one of the tries was actually a fantastic length of the fielder after an interception while he was on the right wing. Adam Reynolds scored in the first half on the 36th minute as the Broncos were 14-0 up at half-time, as well as his 2 conversions and a penalty for the Broncos. Now, Reynolds had a good night with the boot, kicking 7 from 7. And he finished off his goal kicking after Corey Oates got himself a double. First of all, on the 59th minute, where he scored a good link-up try between the Broncos team playmakers. And then on the 73rd minute, when he was basically left untouched as he ran through off a set play coming in from the left wing, scoring just left of the posts. Sea Eagles weren't at their game at all during this match. Just to put a final spin on it all, it was simply a sensational night for the Broncos, one of the very few at Suncorp in the past few years, all conducted by Reynolds, who was outstanding throughout the entire game. He had the ball on the string. Cobbo showed why he had so many people excited about his prospects in NRL, with those hat-trick tries and loads of speed in as well. But as mentioned a few times, it was the Broncos' defence that was impressive as the magic of Reynolds was. Their defence in previous seasons could be classed as paper towel thin at times, but there have been some real backbone about their effort in 2022. It was the first time the Broncos have not conceded a point since winning 24 points to 0 over the Bulldogs in March 2021. And their run of 4 wins in a row is the first since 2017, and Kevin Walters' first ever quadruple wins on the bounce during his rugby career. For Manly, it was a bad night. The Broncos didn't give them much, nor did the Sea Eagles do themselves any favours with errors and poor attacking options. It was the first time they were held to 0 since 2013, and the 4th time since 1998. Tom Trbojevic never got into the game either, and also didn't look 100% throughout the game. Perhaps it was tempting fate by wearing black jerseys on Friday the 13th at an event called the Magic Round. If you get to see the highlights, just watch Adam Reynolds ball on the string, the kick to the corner for Selwyn Cobble's first try. Something of magic. Cobble just reached up, catched it, spun round his defender and put it down, while in the in-goal area, right in the corner. But yeah, the Seagulls 0, Brisbane Broncos 38. And that's it for another episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe and share this video worldwide, as well as clicking the notification bell for any updates that may be coming your way on new videos. Tell me what your thoughts are of this video today. There's some good results for Brisbane Broncos and the Newcastle Knights in the Magic Round, day 1. Weren't expecting the Brisbane Broncos to do so well, but 38 points to 0 against the Manly Seagulls is a great result. Another scalp considering what they did last year in comparison, and Adam Reynolds has got to be the buy of the season for any NRL club so far. Then St Helens getting back to winning ways despite their injury setbacks and depletion in numbers. So many of the kids weren't involved, but they went with their full strength squad as best as they can, full-time professionals against a very big Hull side. But then we are marred by the violence that was in the NRL for Magic Weekend during the games. It's creeping in. I don't like it. It needs to stop. We're rugby league fans. We watch the gladiators on the pitch and watch them do the violence to each other, and then we have a pint afterwards talking about the game. That's how it should be. Not violence in the stand. We're not soccer. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, share this video worldwide. In the meantime, I wish you all the best. Please stay safe, and I'll see you in the next episode. We now turn our attentions to the Super League as St Helens faced Hull FC on the evening game, and was the only game played on Friday night in the Super League. There was one in the Championship, and we'll cover that another day. Anyway, that's game Saints versus Hull. Had a few mixed emotions towards it, as St Helens were looking to get back to winning ways after their defeat in the Challenge Cup semi-final against local rivals Wigan, while Hull FC are on a 12-day break away from rugby league, so they're looking to push back and get consistency after their win 12 days ago. But anyway, let's get on to the teams. As you can tell, Hull FC have named an even bigger squad than normal in the forwards, as they've introduced Scott Taylor to the starting lineup. The big former England international, Hull native, will be looking to add fresh impetus into the Hull forward line. There is still places on the back line for Jamie Shaw and Carlos Tuimavave, while Connor Wynne plays again after he signed a new contract in the midweek. In the halves, though, that's the biggest issue, with Luke Gale not being included in the 17 altogether, as Coach Brett Hodgson looking to continue with the halfback that were good last time out, with Josh Reynolds and Joe Lovedua being the pivots. For the Saints, you have Normal, Wellesby, Makinson and Hurrell, but then their numbers are severely depleted, as we see Sione Mitautia and Mark Percival completely backline, as Percival is probably going to play right wing. Ben Davis continues in the side, well, going alongside Johnny Lomax, who's still suffering from his bicep injury, while in the forwards we see Curtis Sirenan continue, and then it's a normal fare on the bench, plus James Bell being added. Hull FC were forced to drop out after the 3rd minute, and the ball was passed to Matty Lees, who drove the ball back and whacked into Brad Fash so hard that the Hull forward was out for a number of minutes and received medical attention before walking off. Big bump into the Saints forward's shoulder, which caused the issue. Bash did not return as he failed a HIA, and not long after, Saints opened the scoring after a blindside play from a tap penalty. Saw an overlap and a quick way to score for the Saints. After the tap, Roby went right to Conrad Hurrell, who drew in two defenders, and Makinson was left the easiest chance to score in the entire game. Hull came storming back though after Danny Houghton found Reynolds. Jake Connor put in a kick to the corner for Darnell McIntosh to chase, and he got there first, beating Matt Percival for the try. The score was levelled up at 4-4 as both tries were unconverted. Here's that try again from the reverse angle. This kick is delicious. And Darnell McIntosh ate it. Saints were back on the attack, and Ignatius Parsi found an offload in the tackle as he was being tackled by three, and Roby set on the attack, who found Jack Wellesby, who had enough strength to get him over the line past Jake Connor before any slaps both ways started a little bit of a frag out that the two teams sorted out. Video referee was checked because the referee wasn't sure on the grounding, but as you can see here, the ball dotted down. There is the decision. Hull came back just in the second half, and after a sin binning was caused by James Bell tipping up Carlos Tuimavave, and the video referee intervening as the match referee wasn't going to give it. It seemed like, as it took forever to come to the decision. While down to 12 men, Saints got a penalty to extend their lead to 12 points to 4, and went further ahead after the sin binning as Hull weren't able to take advantage. Conrad Hurrell got those motors going and did the gracious thing and passed to Johnny Lomax, who went in under the sticks for the next Saint try. 16 became 18 after Makinson added the extras. Here it is again, no one engaging Conrad Hurrell, and he just stepped in and out and used his strength and unselfish nature to get Johnny Lomax the try. Saints went back up the try line again. That right hand edge was successful as Conrad Hurrell's soft hands and a good step inside from Tommy Makinson made it a 22 points to 4 scoreline, which was extended by Makinson to 24 points to 4. Soft hands by Hurrell, poor defending by Hull, and that was the try. But the final say went to Hull FC after they went down the right edge. Jake Connor passed it through to Carlos Tuimavave. Hint of good fortune on the pass to Darnell McIntosh saw them go in the corner for 28 points to 8, and Jake Connor nailed the touchline kick for a 24 points to 10 scoreline. So here's a look at that forward pass again, into forward, but I think there was a touch. And that's how the match ended, as Saints marched to the top of the table clear for the first time this season in a 24 points to 10 victory.